And good afternoon, everybody. We'll give a few seconds here to allow folks to join. But my name is Chuck, and this is Katie, and we're here to kind of show off the Saratoga floor plan today.
We are homeownership counselors at Adair. I work out of the Cresswell, Oregon office. So I'm kind of Eugene area, Mid-Willamette Valley, and then over to the coast. And Chuck, where's your build area?
I am the North Willamette Valley, so I cover everything from Albany north through Lynn County, Benton County, Multnomah, Washington, Yamhill, all of Northern Oregon.
But you used to be a Cresswellian, like
Yes,
me.
I used to be a Cresswellian.
In the good old days.
And I've spent my time in Idaho and others. So
everywhere but Arizona?
Everywhere but Arizona. Yep. Okay. Well, I think we can go ahead and get started. So this is designed to be interactive. So, as we go through the presentation and show off the plan and things like that, we'll definitely encourage you to ask questions so that we can pull these things out. Most of what we'll show today is true to the Pacific Northwest, but this plan does exist in Arizona as well. It'll have some different standard finishes and things like that. So when we talk about it, just know that there will be some differences depending on the area that you're looking at. But we will start by kind of covering the goal for today. So we'll show you, the standard plan as it sits on the website and things like that. It's the first time we've built this one, so we're excited to show it off in today's live stream. And then we'll show you what these customers did. We got a video walkthrough that we'll go through, and we'll just let that run and kind of talk as we go. And then we'll follow up by replaying it and maybe slowing down and covering more things as we show off the plan so everyone can kind of get a sense of it. And then at the end, we'll just kind of set you up on getting to your local office and talking to everybody.
Perfect.
Katie's going to run the conversations today. So if you do have questions, please feel free to post them in the chat and we'll kind of cover that. So the Saratoga. So let's talk about the Saratoga plan. That is our newest plan. This is the first one that the company has built. So we're excited to show it off. It is 2,164 square feet. And the general layout of the plan is popular. We designed this plan meeting the needs of what a lot of people ask for in our plans. So that'd be a few things. One, in all of the bedrooms on the main layout of the floor plan, they have walk-in closets. That's something that most customers are looking for in kind of modern plans. So our drafter designed it so that all of the bedrooms had walk-in closets. The primary suite has a much larger walk-in closet, but all of them include it. The other thing that has become increasingly popular with our plans is having an integrated outdoor living space. So you can see right here, this dashed line represents kind of a roof line for a covered patio out back. So it's got a large integrated patio space with large windows looking out to the patio area. So it's a really popular concept for all of our plans. This house is also designed to allow for a much deeper garage. So when we meet customers a lot, one of the things that is a more common request is a third car garage or a larger garage. So this plan, the way it's designed, allows for a very large garage, and it gives a lot of flexibility for your garage space. The other item that is popular that we started doing is the kind of the kitchen that looks out over to the great room. So you'll see over here on the kitchen, it's got kind of a corner kitchen, but the island, the sink, all look out into the great room. So it's an inviting space for bringing guests in. A really large island, which is popular with this plan. The primary bathroom is a 5-piece bathroom with a fiberglass walk-in shower, a soaking tub, and then the water closet included. Anything to add as far as that goes, Katie?
Just that. We have another version of this plan as well. We call it the Eden. That's just a little bigger. So if you are watching the walkthrough and you're like, we could use just one more room or a little bit more space, I suggest checking that one out. It has the bonus room and then a walk-in pantry behind the garage.
Yep, it includes a larger walk-in pantry on that plan. And both of these have been really popular. So yeah, we are excited to be able to to show this plan off. Next, I'll show you the plan as the customers built the house. so you kind of understand what we'll be looking at today. So let me pull that up real quick. Okay, so the plan as the customers built it is right here. It's actually very similar. So this is going to be a good representation of the floor plan as it's designed. There were only a handful of structural options that really kind of changed the plan. So we'll zoom in just a little bit. They did opt for the deeper garage option. So the plan you'll see here today is a standard option that we have on this plan to deepen the garage. And you could do any number of things. For these customers, they added a 3-foot exterior door out the back. But if you wanted to pass through garage or something along those lines, you could actually add a garage door on the back side of this as well. And we did some small upgrades with some shop lights inside that space as opposed to the regular. Some of the other small things that you'll notice is this bedroom, we made a den. That's the result of they had an existing septic system and it was only suitable for a 3-bedroom house. So we kind of converted that walk-in closet into a storage space. Did my screen go away?
It's still there? Yeah, but will you tell us the dimensions of that garage? I can't quite see it.
It is 20 foot by 40 foot deep.
Wow, okay.
Next up, some of the smaller changes. They wanted a slightly larger kitchen, so the one you'll see today has a couple extra feet of added cabinets at the end of the kitchen, just by a preference. And we did a few custom options. They did some custom appliances, but the structure remains, intact from what it always has been. So what you'll see today will be true of, what you could expect in this plan. So now let's go ahead and pull this plan up.
Eight-foot ceilings?
Yes, this plan has the standard 8-foot ceilings as you walk in. So you'll see the large windows looking out back. There's the kitchen. We did a kind of a gourmet kitchen option for this plan. So it's an upgraded appliance package from our standard plan.
Very nice.
Customers provided the refrigerator there. Got a nice farmhouse sink, some upgraded countertops that are included in this plan. You'll see throughout the farmhouse sink is always very popular.
Standard flooring?
It is an upgraded laminate, so it is just one level above the standard flooring for the laminate, and one level above for the carpet as well.
And did they do their own? Sorry, I keep throwing these at you. Did they do their own range and hood? They look a little bit different than our standard gourmet.
They did. We did the built-in microwave and the built-in oven, and then the customers provided the range and the hood.
Looks great.
Painted white cabinets. Our standard cabinets are all beach cabinets, so kind of point that out as a small modification. As you can see, they did extend. That last bank of cabinets and countertops is something that we added to this plan. So if the kitchen looks very large, that is why.
I still gave them plenty of room, kind of pass-through room into their nook, though. It looks really good. I wish they would go in the pantry. I always want to see the inside of that pantry.
Yeah, the shelves and everything as they're designed.
And size, yeah.
We have a standard trim package on this house. It's our standard Craftsman trim for the floor molding and the door framing. And we did add window sills throughout the house. So when you look at all of the windows throughout the house, you'll notice sills.
Oof, so much storage in that room.
Yeah. We got our standard flooring in here. It's a luxury vinyl tile. This is where the furnace location goes in this plan. Kind of hides behind the closet door right there. And we did add the cabinet package. Utility rooms on our plans include a washer, dryer, hookup, and a shelf. So the cabinetry in a utility room will always be an upgrade. And then here you go. Here's a 20-foot by 40-foot deep garage.
Wow. Did they, on this plan, is that furnace enclosure closet standard, or did they add that?
That's standard.
Standard, okay.
Yep, the only addition in the utility room was the enhanced utility cabinet package.
It looks like they put the standard kitchen faucet on that utility sink.
They did, yep. Instead, yeah, they didn't want the chrome one, so we upgraded just to a standard
Okay.
kitchen faucet.
Okay.
As we go through here, some of the, a lot of the finishes, like I said, we didn't really change the floor plan much, and a lot of the finishes are standard. So I feel like this is a great representation of what you can expect in a plan. We did some upgraded finishes, so upgraded carpet, upgraded countertops, upgraded backsplashes, and things like that. But yeah, as we're showing the plan today, it is really how the structure sits. So in the bedroom, you'll see there's the walk-in closet for the first bedroom, bedroom 2 right there.
Also great size. Yeah, great size for a bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Again, as we're kind of going through this, please go ahead and post your comments in the chat so we can address any questions you might have. We do know there was a number of people that have been considering this plan and maybe had some questions about it. So we'd be happy to address any questions as we go through this. Okay, here's the second bathroom. So it comes with one sink. You would have an option to add a second sink, and a fiberglass tub shower unit comes in bathroom 2. So all of that is just standard faucets and standard finishes in this bathroom, other than the upgraded backsplash and the upgraded countertop.
I do really love when the vanity is in its own room like that.
Yeah, and it's the mirrors are nice, or frameless mirrors. We've made a lot of upgrades to our standard plans as we go. So that's why I kind of enjoy what we're offering as a standard finish, because I feel like people can build it and not expect to have to put $50,000 in upgrades into a house. By all means, if you want to, we've got lots of options for you. But the homes are move-in ready with nice finishes.
Agreed. Yep.
Okay, the second bedroom with a shelf and pole. We actually got occupancy today, so the customers are moving in over the weekend. So
exciting.
Yep.
Okay, and I remember, did you say already, is the carpet standard, but the laminate was upgraded, or all four?
Nope, it's an upgraded carpet and an upgraded laminate. Yep.
Okay.
The bathrooms have standard luxury vinyl tile that we offer.
Okay, and then they just did the white paint package, white ceilings.
White paint package. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so, and then this is the bedroom where, to meet jurisdictional requirements for their septic system, we went ahead and removed the closet door and the shelf and pole in there to meet their needs. So that's what this big empty space is right there. So, so I think the customers are likely going to put a barn door up when this is all said and done, and kind of make that the den space for the house.
Uh-huh.
We did all the development work on this. This was actually a burned down property. Their original home burned down. So some of the features in the home that we did, some of the custom features were kind of to address that. So you'll see in the primary suite, we did a sliding glass door instead of the window out to the patio. So that was actually kind of an escape plan, sort of from their experience with the fires, that they wanted to not have to stress out about that.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
And again, the island is very large. I'd actually have to look to see what the standard size in the island, but I want to say it's 9 feet by 4 feet. So really large island, big sitting area. And now we're going to head over to the primary suite of the house. You can see right here, we do have a little linen closet, which is always nice. You can never have enough storage in the homes.
Agreed. Yep.
But that's how this plan comes, with those 2 large windows looking out the back. So should you have a great view, it's a great rear facing home with the great room windows looking out the back, the primary windows looking out the back, and then the dining room out the back. So anytime you got a nice view property, this is a great plan to consider. And now we're moving into the primary bathroom. So standard flooring finishes in here. We got some upgraded countertops. The bathroom does come with 2 sinks and 2 lights. This plan actually generally comes with 2 mirrors, but the customer wanted 1 mirror, so we did 1. And then this is a custom jacuzzi tub. The customers wanted a jacuzzi branded tub, so we sourced it and installed a jacuzzi branded tub for the family.
It didn't look a ton bigger than the standard drop-in.
Nope, nope. The one the jacuzzi tub we offer, it just isn't that brand. They
Okay.
wanted that brand specifically, so we found it and ordered it.
Okay. And then
Which means
backsplash, same as what they did in the kitchen?
Yep,
Okay.
just a subway tile backsplash with a taupe finish, glossy taupe finish.
Very nice.
And then now, so this is generally a window right here, but as we kind of rotate the corner, again, we wanted a way out to the back patio from the primary bedroom, so we replaced it with a sliding glass door right there.
It's kind of
now
cool,
you can see the
symmetry.
integrated patio cover. Okay, so there is the general walkthrough. So as we go through, we can kind of back this up and slow down. Katie, is there any questions at this point?
We have a few questions if you want to pause here.
Sure.
And tell us about is the driveway asphalt or gravel, and is there more to come outside of this house?
It is asphalt. They had asphalt originally, and that's all the jurisdiction required. So we ended up replacing the asphalt for them. So that's a fresh coat of asphalt on it, and then just we did all the concrete around the perimeter for the porches and the back patios and things like that.
Okay, still working on landscaping though. And does Adair do the landscaping?
No, we do not do the landscaping. We have partners that we can put you in touch with. And you can, if you're using a construction loan, you can coordinate the landscaping through the construction loan, but we wouldn't handle it directly. So landscaping is not something that we would cover on your behalf, but we can help put you in contact with folks that can do it for you.
Okay. And then would you mind telling us about the outside, what's standard, what maybe, have they upgraded anything outside, or what comes with the house as far as?
Nope, this is standard. So the standard is the 30-year IKO architectural roof. This is a traditions plan, so we'll have different exteriors of the homes. Whenever you look online at the base price of a house, the one we always share is the traditions, but we'll have a farmhouse, a modern, a craftsman exterior for the homes that'll have their own individual price points. If you do a different exterior, it is literally just changing it's just changing the gingerbread on the house. The inside stay the same for all the homes. So when you do see the price difference, know that it's just going to be those features that you see on the outside of the home that were modified. The one thing that we did upgrade on this home is the front door. Typically, it's a 4 small windows at the top of the door. This is called a craftsman, paint grade craftsman front door that just has larger windows on the front of the door. I think it runs about $600 for that upgraded door. Other than that, the exterior is all standard paint schemes and standard siding and roofing materials.
And we painted and did all of it, correct?
Yep. That project is done entirely by us.
Very nice. Okay, we're caught up. Okay, so in this room, in that great room, there's options. So they went with the standard 8-foot, but if someone wanted taller ceilings or vaulted, or tell us about what can be done here as far as.
Exactly. So the great room, so it comes standard as carpet, is shown right here, with the 4 recessed lights built into the ceiling, all standard finishes. This is an 8-foot ceiling, and then this plan would have 3 different options. So one is a vault that runs from side to side. So the high point would be in the middle of the room. The other option is to do a vault from the front to the back that would then extend through the patio cover, so that you kind of have a vaulted patio cover looking out back. Mm-hmm. So if you want, again, if you've got a significant view that you're trying to achieve and things like that, that front to back vault does a great job. Katie, I'm going to turn this over to you for just a second. I got some folks coming in, so if you want to keep going for a minute.
I do want to. Yeah, you can actually leave it paused. So I wanted to add that if you do we call it a reverse vault, where it runs front to back. We actually add windows that kind of follow the peak. So it does, like Chuck was saying, maximizes view out to the back. The other option that he hadn't got to yet was doing what we call a 9-foot plate height. So just taking the standard 8-foot, raising it a foot to 9. And in that option, so that would be whole house. The windows will all become a foot taller. The upper cabinets will become taller. The overhead garage door will become a foot taller. So it's kind of a nice whole house package. Of course, the 8 foot, I think with all the windows and the size of the room, the 8 foot is great. It feels plenty big enough with the open concept. But if you're someone who's particular, there's also custom options. So I've done before, 10 foot or mixed plate where you have 11.5 in the common space and then 9 on the kind of on the wings of the house where bedrooms and primary are. So lots and lots of options to perfect it.
Okay, and I am back and ready to go.
Go ahead. We just talked about ceiling height.
Cool. So, and then I'm sure she mentioned it, but lots of plans, and we can customize it from there if our standards are not what you're looking for. So we'll pause right here. So in this kitchen, our standard cabinet package is a stained beechwood cabinet. So these customers did an upgraded package to a paint grade cabinet. So that's kind of what you'll see right there. Generally, our standard countertops are 2 centimeter white or gray quartz that we provide. So we did an upgraded granite countertop on this plan. And then on our standard plans, this space is a range oven combo. We do provide the cooking appliances. It's a Whirlpool electric range oven combo with a microwave up above and a dishwasher. So customers provide the refrigerator and the washer and dryer from an appliance standpoint. On this plan, they had a very specific appliance package that they wanted. So we deal in Whirlpool and KitchenAid. We've got standard gourmet kitchen appliances, which is upgraded appliances with built-in wall ovens and things along those lines. They wanted very specific products and things like that. So we will allow customers to provide their own appliances. We'll give them a modest credit for the standard appliances, and then just ask that you provide us with the model numbers and the specs of what you're going to do, so we can share that with the cabinet company to make sure that the cabinets are designed to fit your cabinets well. And even in this case, this is more of an industrial range, like almost a commercial grade range with a very powerful hood. So we even had to modify our HVAC system to not create like negative air pressure in the house. So we'll do all of the work once we know the appliances that you want to make sure that when it is installed, that everything functions properly for you in the house.
I like to say too, and you're probably getting to this, but cabinets are entirely made to order. So any change or modification or upgrade under the sun is on the table. If you're someone that wants, open shelving or all drawers or maybe a panel for a panel ready dishwasher, there's all of it made to order. So that, I think designing kitchen is probably my favorite part.
Yeah, there's a few places when you're meeting with your home ownership counselor where you kind of stop, take a deep breath, and kind of get really into the weeds, and the cabinets is definitely one of those things. So and down to like specific cabinet features, pull out garbage drawers or spice drawers or things along those lines. So yeah, so the world is your oyster when it comes to cabinets, because it will all be made to order.
Mm-hmm.
Generally in the kitchen, we do 2 options of laminate. These customers opted for one level above that. It's still a laminate flooring. It's just we have a lot more color options in a level 1 upgrade, so they like the color option better. So we did a level 1 upgrade on that one. And then this right here. Oh, let's go back just a hair. So we did a nice farmhouse sink with a motion sense faucet. So we work with all Moen appliances or Moen plumbing fixtures and things like that. And then generally we provide an undermount single or double bowl stainless steel sink. But we've got farm sink, 2-bowl farm sinks, some different stainless steel options. So we present you with some different options as far as that goes.
What countertop is this? It's really pretty.
That one is...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, that's okay. I've got it. I just gotta look. Thanks, Katie.
I know. I'm sorry. Immediately regretted it.
Well, we actually had to shift because we had the Whisper White, and then unfortunately the Whisper White got discontinued. So we ended up with white ice. White ice granite is what that's called.
Okay. And if they had wanted to do a different countertop on every surface in this house, they could have.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's very a la carte. So, um, and honestly, the way we're working with customers is trying to help them balance their own budget. So a lot of times customers really want that gourmet feel in the kitchen and a really high end quartz or a really nice granite and things like that. And so we can do just that in the kitchen. In the bathrooms, we've got a standard 2 centimeter quartz. So anytime you choose an upgrade, it goes from 2 centimeter to 3 centimeter. So some people don't really care about the bathrooms. But even from there, if you did want an upgraded quartz, we'll have lots of different levels for you to choose from. So you can kind of select that as you see fit.
And on that same note, if you're someone with me who has two small kids and you maybe don't want carpet in the great room, how does it work for changing flooring?
Flooring is something that we would go through the whole house. So again, we'll do it room by room. So the standard is a laminate in the kitchen, the dining, and the entry. It is carpet in the great room, the hallways, and the bedrooms, and luxury vinyl tile in the bathrooms and the utility room. From there, we've got tons of options. So we've got different laminates, luxury vinyl tiles, or luxury vinyl tile, luxury vinyl wood flooring, ceramic wood flooring, engineered hardwood flooring. So we've got lots of options in the design center, and we'll go room by room with you. We're very transparent as far as the pricing goes. There will be a line item for every room. So again, as you're kind of managing your own budget to hit the mark with where you want to be, you can kind of go back and forth and see what the price is to do LVP everywhere and then back it off and do carpet in the bedrooms, just so you can get to the spot that you're most comfortable with. Again, working with your home ownership counselor to kind of work out all those details.
Perfect.
We did add, this customer wanted a few additional considerations with the layout of the home because sight impaired. So you'll see this little balance right here. We did an under cabinet lighting package in this house. So an under cabinet lighting package adds that little balance underneath the cabinets to hide LED lights that are running all underneath the cabinets. So for like night light or even accent lighting and things like that. So if you do have things of that consideration, we've got lots of options for sconces, pendant lighting, added lighting anywhere. So lighting's another conversation that we would run through in the whole home with you.
Chuck, we have a question from Matthew. He
Sure.
is wondering if we wanted porcelain tile throughout the whole home, would that be a net increase in price?
That would be that if you're in the Pacific Northwest, that would be a healthy upgrade budget for flooring. So we do have lots of ceramic tiles. Most of them are 12 by 24 inch, but there's some different like wood plank size ones, and we do have a bunch of different options. But I would say it is one of the pricier upgrades for flooring in a home, or it is the priciest upgrade for flooring in a home in the Pacific Northwest.
In the Pacific Northwest. So if he was in Arizona, not necessarily the case.
Call Arizona staff.
And then can we do pocket doors rather than swinging doors?
We can. We would just have to be real. We'd have to look at the areas and make sure that it would accommodate for a pocket door. But I want to say we might have even had a pocket door or two in this house. But yes, we can absolutely do a pocket door in the plan.
Perfect. Okay, and since we're talking about other options, if you were someone who didn't necessarily love sliders, what are the choices there?
Oh, well, this is so we got a sliding glass door. So a couple things. One, if you do a 9-foot plate height in a house, where this one kept the standard 8, all of the windows on that first level become a foot taller. They go all the way up to the header height. So it becomes a large sliding glass door. From there, you've got lots of options. We've got a larger sliding glass door, 8-foot sliding glass door. We've got a 12-foot sliding glass door that's 4 panels and the middle 2 open to the outwards. So it becomes like a really large window, but it's a center open sliding glass door. We'll have atrium doors, which kind of give you that French door aesthetic with only one operable door. Or we have French doors, center open French doors that kind of go out back. And the rumor has it, for anybody that's interested, is that we'll very soon, they're working on the final details of providing stackable sliding glass doors as well. So not here yet, so don't get too excited, but stay in touch with us because it is on the checklist of things for our product development team to complete.
I have been able to do the stacking doors via custom option. So it is possible, but soon
Excellent.
it will be easier.
So yeah, lots of exterior door options. We use for the window package in the homes, we go through Milgard windows for anybody that's curious. Our standard is a style line, but we can also get their other series of windows as well. Black windows is a popular option. We're going to have a black interior, black exterior window package here really soon, or a black interior, white interior window package soon. So stay tuned for that. But as it stands right now, if that's something that you'd want, your homeownership counselor could request pricing specifically for it at this point. So, which kind of brings me to, as we talk through this, all of the plans are modifiable. So even though these customers didn't really change the structure much, if you are looking at a plan and you say, I really like it, but bring that but to your homeownership counselor, because we can play with the plans, larger, really anything, honestly, larger islands, pushing some walls out, adding some square footage. We will work with you on designing the house just the way it works for you. And then, if we're getting too far out of bounds with what we're doing, then we would work with the custom home team and just design a home specifically to meet your needs and take you through a slightly different process that we could talk about. I paused here because we're going into the utility room, and to kind of bring this back to what we're talking about. So a utility room at our base price is pretty standard. It's pretty base finish. That's a standard flooring right there. It's a luxury vinyl tile. It'll have a washer and dryer hookup and a shelf above the washer and dryer. So in this, we did what we called an enhanced utility room cabinet package. So we did a cabinet package across this whole wall with a drop-in sink and a faucet. And then on the opposite side above the washer and dryer, you'll see 5 feet of upper cabinets above that. So that was all kind of an upgrade option that we selected with these customers. And then we can modify it from there to meet people's needs and things like that. But they did just select our upgraded utility room package. So that's what you're seeing here.
Can you pause for just a second? Can we talk about the finished carpentry? If someone wanted a different, say, height for baseboard or different wraps around the windows, or what are their options?
Yeah. So when we do finished carpentry, so right here is what she's talking about. So that's the base molding and then the door framing right here. This is our standard Craftsman. The windows, it's standard, come all drywall wrapped. So this drywall right here is on all 4 sides of the window. So that's what you'll see at base price. We also have a what we call a modern trim package, which is kind of more of a picture frame look, so that it's just kind of wraps the windows. From there, we've got 2 upgradable options, a thicker modern and a upgraded Craftsman. But outside of that, you can kind of do whatever you want from a trim package. So if you had a particular vision and things like that, we can definitely price out what you want. So there is a lot of flexibility as far as that goes. With the windows, we can add just window sills with this little apron down beneath of it, or we can wrap the windows entirely. So trim on all sides and the exterior of the window. Again, that's all customizable as well, but we will have 4 options available for you that are already pre-priced, so you can kind of know what that looks like.
And what's nice about the windows, like everything else, is that you can pick and choose. So if you want, say, your great room windows to be a statement, you want those full wrapped, but you just want sills everywhere else, you can absolutely pick and choose where you spend your money, essentially.
Yeah, and I don't know how you do it, Katie, but a lot of times in the first pricing meeting with a customer, I kind of encourage people to treat it like Christmas and pick everything that you want, because all I'm going to do is share the pricing with you and give it to you and give you the space to allow you guys to prioritize what you want to upgrade. But I think it's helpful for customers to have all the pricing in front of them, so then that they can take it home and red pen it to where they're comfortable with the upgrade budget.
I agree. Yep.
The biggest upgrade in this house was the was the added square footage to the garage. I'll kind of pull that up here. So the standard garage is 22 by 20. So the enlarged garage option that you'll see here adds 18 feet to the garage, to the depth. And we'll pause right here real quick. So just so you know, so our standard plans comes with a garage door opener. Well, we will have an upgraded garage door option, but it is included in the base price. And the garages tend to have what they call just a keyless light. It's really a ceramic light bulb holder. This customer wanted more, like I said, it was kind of, we had some sight impairment, so we wanted more substantial lighting in here. So we upgraded to shop lights. We added some shop lights in the garage to provide lots of lighting in the garage. And then we added a large door. We did a 3-foot wide exterior door going out to the backyard that we added to the plan. All something that we would work with you on specifically to what you need. You got much to add on the garage there, Katie?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you got anything to add on garage conversation there?
I do. I have questions and notes. So windows in that 3-foot door, even those can go anywhere. Or you can add them, remove them.
Yep.
Chuck, is it possible to move the overhead door to the side rather than?
It is.
It is. Okay.
Yep.
And what kind of cost does that usually look like?
The cost to move the door, so it depends on the roof structure, and if the roof has to really change that much, it could be a few $100s. But generally, if I'm honest, a lot of times if people move a garage door from the front to the side, on the front, if you're looking at the front of your house, it can be a lot of lap siding. So a lot of people like to add just a few windows as well on the front, just to keep the street appeal up on the front of the home. So so the windows would be a few $1,000s if you're going to add a couple decent sized windows to the front of the garage. You don't have to, but I think when people see the concepts, they're like, that's a big wall of siding, and they tend to want to add some windows there. But just moving the garage door, it's in the hundreds of dollars, a few $100s, really in design work for the team to make sure that the plan will accept it.
Perfect. Are there storage trusses in these garages? Is there attic space?
There is not. They are not load-bearing trusses. We can do a custom option to make them load-bearing trusses and possibly even add a plywood, at the ceiling of it. But at base price, they are not load-bearing and not recommended for massive storage.
Perfect. What about the rest of the house, Chuck? Is there attic in anywhere else?
There will be attic access, but again, inside the house, none of the access is intended for storage or anything along those lines. Stop right there, because you sometimes wonder what people know or don't know. So the homes come with a heat pump and an air conditioner. So our standard, or at least out of my branch, is an American standard heat pump and electric furnace. You can also do a natural gas or a propane furnace, and that will include an air conditioning unit outside. Or you can upgrade that air conditioning unit to a heat pump should you choose gas. I saw the thermostat, so I thought I better mention that.
That's perfect. And what else could be gas if they wanted gas appliances?
Anything that you want. We can add a gas stub for like a gas dryer, gas appliances. We can add gas fireplaces. We can add pre-stubs out in the backyard for a future outdoor kitchen. So yeah, if you have a desire to have a lot of gas throughout the house, gas water heaters, we have tankless water heaters that we can provide that are gas. So lots of options should you have it available to you.
What would be the standard water heater if they weren't to do gas?
It depends on the plan. So if the plan has a 5-piece primary bathroom with a soaking tub and a fiberglass shower, our standard would be an 80-gallon heat pump water heater. Really nice water heater. On a lot of our smaller plans, where the primary bathroom is just a tub shower unit, then we provide a 50-gallon heat pump water heater. So kind of depends on the size of the plan, and we know that if we don't give you the 80-gallon with the soaking tub, you'll be mad at us. So we give you the 80 gallons. What did you do on your house, Katie?
80-gallon heat pump water heater.
And you find it's sufficient for everything that you're doing?
Sufficient. The washer can run, dishwasher, and a shower. So we're happy.
I have 3 teenagers and an 80-gallon water heater, and it covers it. So an 80-gallon water heater will cover 3 teenagers, and it'll cover anything, I think.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
We provide frameless mirrors in the bathrooms. No trim or anything like that, but if you had particular needs or wants as far as that goes, we would do it. The vanity light is always designed 2, 3, or 4, depending on the length of the vanity. It's kind of prescribed as far as that goes. And then in bathroom 2, there will be an option in most of the bathrooms to add a second sink should you want 2 sinks in bathroom 2. That will always come standard with 1 sink in the second bathroom. This is a standard backsplash, just a subway tile backsplash. You can also do a granite or a quartz backsplash as well.
Or hundreds of decorative tile backsplashes.
Yeah, which we just replaced most of them, so we got lots of new toys to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Bathroom 2 does not include a door. It comes with a shower rod, but you can add a sliding glass door to the tub shower should you want it, or convert it to a fiberglass shower. So as far as that kind of goes, we've got lots of options. Or a bathtub with tile walls. So if you just want a tub with tile walls, we present lots of options for you to decide on as far as the bathrooms go. In our branches, this kind of is getting outside of the topic there. I saw the honey bucket out there. Katie and I run what they call site services. In our branches, and this is different, so anybody that's kind of followed Adair for years might not necessarily know this, but we now manage all of the site development in our branches. We will acquire excavation bids, septic bids, well bids. We'll get the porta potty out there. We'll do the cleanup and the debris removal. We do everything now. And the development costs are a direct pass-through cost. So when we go to apply for permits on your behalf and it's $12,000, it's $12,000 to you. We don't mark any of that up. It is, we just manage the process for customers. Honestly, it was a lesson learned through COVID, I would say, is people really struggled to find trades and just really struggled to get through permitting and things like that. So we made the decision that it was time for us to manage that process for customers. And we didn't really, it's not something we were looking to make money on. It was just really the ability to remove a roadblock from what was making people successful. So
it's been incredibly useful for scheduling as well. Just being in control of when contractors are out there, and projects seem to move a lot quicker.
Yeah, well, that is, and that's true from timeline too, that there is a very direct correlation between how quickly your home gets built and how good you feel about it. So when we take control of everything moves much quicker and much more smoothly. So anytime you see a linen closet or a pantry, it'll be, they're all kind of the wood shelves, painted wood shelves, and we generally provide 4 of them. But if you had something specific that you wanted in there, we can kind of customize those spaces. Or if you're going to do California closets or something like that, way more substantial than what we do, we can just leave the closet hardware out and give you the ability to do your own closet hardware once you move into the home.
We do have a question about, I'm not sure what California closets is. Do you know California closets?
Yeah, they're just fancy closet systems.
Okay.
So we would just leave the closet blank and allow you to contract with them. It's not something you would necessarily be able to do during the build. We'd encourage you to wait until the home is completed and you take occupancy and then bring them in. But they could probably come in and do all their measurements and their specs with you, so the design is prepared for you so it can be installed shortly after you move in. Okay, this bedroom has 2 large windows looking out the back. They come standard, and then we're going to go through. We had already mentioned that we do put a large window on this opposite wall right here out to the patio cover, with the idea that a lot of customers will want a sliding glass door. If they're going to put a hot tub outside or anything along those lines, it provides them the ability to get out to that patio easily without having to go through the rest of the home. Okay, this is very much, other than some, some painted cabinets and some countertop upgrades, this is very much a standard primary bathroom. So 2 sinks in the primary bathroom, 2 lights above each vanity. In this plan, we usually do 2 mirrors because people kind of prefer it, but these customers wanted 1 large mirror, so we just did 1 large mirror. And we're going to rotate around here. So the primary bathrooms will come with a deck-mounted tile soaking tub. It is this size, so this is representative of the size. We did upgrade this particular tub to a jetted jacuzzi tub at the customer's preference, but this is no larger than the tub that we provide in our primary bathrooms. It has a window up above. It's a clear glass window, so I always like to point that out to people that if you've got neighbors on 5 feet, if you've got a neighbor's window 5 feet away from you, that you might want to frost that one, and we've got an option to do obscure glass instead of a clear glass window right there.
And lots of options in this bathroom, which you're probably getting to, but of course these guys did their custom tub, but you can do freestanding tubs, you can do decorative tiles, you could delete the tub and just make the shower bigger.
That's a good point to bring up too. So I run into a lot of people that kind of want very spa-like tiled showers and things like that. So a popular option is to take this wall and move it, halfway down, maybe do a linen closet back here, and then do a large custom walk-in shower that we would design with you. That's the cabinets we slow down and kind of talk in detail, fireplaces we slow down and talk in great detail, and tiled showers, so that we can kind of capture your vision, whether you want a window in it or specific trim pieces or a bench or extra large niche holders. I mean, we can really kind of get into the weeds with you and kind of talk through the shower that you want. At base price, we do include a fiberglass walk-in shower with a sliding glass door in this plan. And then we've got upgrade options galore for what you want. Ceramic tile floor options, different luxury vinyl floor options should you want that. So we would design that specifically with you. That's usually one of the spots that people want to focus on. From a faucet standpoint too, our standard faucets are brushed nickel Moen faucets. We have standard options in a more traditional style that comes in an oil rub bronze, or a more modern style Moen modern faucets that come in steel or black, which are very popular. And rumors had it that we're going to get the gold series here soon, but I have not seen it yet. But rumor has it that we'll be getting some new faucet selections here in short order as well. And we do like to stay with our family of brands, so Flowform countertops, Moen faucets, KitchenAid, Whirlpool for appliances. If we don't have standard options in those, we'd always be happy to explore if we can access other products from those brands, but we don't leave those brands. So the faucets will be Moen, things along those lines. So we try to provide as much flexibility as possible, but also be an affordable custom builder. And part of that is kind of keeping people where we know we can be successful. Okay, Katie, how's the questions coming?
We're caught up on questions. Can you tell us how we would go about buying a house?
Yeah, let's do that. So, okay, this will be broadcast anywhere. So the best advice is to reach out to your local office. So we're in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Arizona. Katie and I are Oregon experts and can talk confidently about that. But we've got branches we've got a branch at the Oregon coast, all over Washington, Eastern Washington, Northern Idaho, Southern Idaho, down in the desert, all over down in the desert down there in Arizona. So you'd want to talk to that branch. You want to talk about the local particulars in your area and things like that. The biggest questions tend to be around development. That's kind of the big unknown. So if you've got a property, you're looking for property, it's always helpful to get with a homeownership counselor to both, if you don't have a resource or a land expert, most of us have realtors that we work with closely that can help you find a property and then have more experience in looking at property than the average realtor. Or if you do have a property, then we need to get with you so we can start to understand your development costs. So that's going to be your permits and your excavation, septic, well, water meters, power, all of the utilities that it's going to take to build your home. So that's an important cost to figure out. And until we meet you and we get boots on the ground with you, we're just kind of running blind. So the best first step is to meet with the branch, establish a budget, and start working on development costs and your home cost.
Perfect. And speaking of costs and buying, can you talk a little bit about financing and maybe even promotions and what kind of cash someone would need to have on hand versus what can be financed?
Well, we have people do all kinds of things with us. So generally speaking, most customers are going to use a construction loan. We have a finance partner, Basis Home Loans, that runs construction loans, and they're running promotions. It's a 4.99% interest rate. So it's a fantastic rate. That construction loan can be used to purchase a property. It'll pay for all your development costs. It'll pay for your home, and it'll roll it all together into a 30-year fixed. Some customers, of course, have sold a house and they've got cash resources. Obviously, we can help you in those cases. But if you do use a construction loan, the standard down payment or the minimum down payment, if you don't own the property, is a 5% down payment. If you do own the property, it is possible we can do this whole project with no down payment to the bank. So they would leverage the property as equity to move you in through the construction loan. And then insurance builds. So we do work with customers a lot on like insurance builds. So these customers, for example, their property burned down and had insurance resources to work through the build. Again, talk to your local office and they'll help get you in contact with a loan officer. So when we work at the offices, Katie and I, we're not loan officers. We can talk at a high level with you, but we'd encourage you, if when we sit down and we talk through things and it looks good, we'd encourage you to meet with the loan officer and do a basic pre-approval. So when you do that, it is a soft credit pull. They're not hitting your credit, but it does give them exposure so that they can have an intelligent conversation with you about all the loan options. So another kind of loan option that we've got available through our partner is the build now, pay later. So if you own your home and you have equity in your home, they would use that to pre-approve you for a greater amount so that you don't have to sell your house before the new house is built. So that's a popular option. When you do that, Adair Homes covers all the costs. We cover the closing costs, we cover the construction, the during construction payments, which makes it really comfortable for people that transitioning from one home to the other is a challenge. And then you can cash out that equity when you sell your house and apply it towards the new home to keep yourself in a good position. But we've got lots of different loan options: FHA, VA, first time home buyers, the buy now pay later program. So a lot of different loan options that's making a challenging environment where affordability is a real issue still possible for a lot of people. So that is what we're working on these days.
Switching gears a tiny bit, Matthew was wondering about the price of this plan. And I would say, Matthew, since you're in Arizona, if you go to the website and enter your zip code that you intend to build in, you can see pricing for your area. But Chuck, maybe can you tell us like upgrade ballpark for what they did in this house?
The most significant upgrade on this house was the extended garage. So that was the biggest number that we had. That was $24,000 option on this plan, and our upgrade budget for this house was about $55,000 on this house. So this house represents an upgraded home, but not crazy. I would say most customers plan between 10 to 20% upgrade budget. Does that kind of align with what you generally see?
I think so. Yeah.
You can go ham and do 40% if you want to. We can get you there if you want, but you don't have to. If we go here, I was going to show you this. So you want to know the prices. If you hop onto the website and type in the zip code, you can change the build area. Type in the zip code that you're interested in. So I'm in Aurora, Oregon. Set location. And then if you go to the plans, you go to all the plans, and it'll show you the base price of the plan in that market. So, and I think we call them all different names in Arizona too.
We do, yeah.
Let's go Mesa, Arizona.
Different standard features as well.
Yeah, different standard features. Yeah, tile floors, I think, in the great room in the kitchen.
Common spaces.
Yeah, common spaces is included. So for our Arizona 2164, what do we call it? where are we at? 2164, the Havasu. So, and then there's some different, for our Arizona people, the exterior options for that is the Spanish exterior, a Craftsman exterior, or the Santa Fe exterior. And then the pricing for that starts at $397 to $419. So depending on the exterior that you chose. So that's how you would kind of do that. But again, sit down with your local office. They can show you their standard finishes and features and kind of build it up from there.
Perfect.
Okay. Any more questions, Katie?
We're all caught up and right on time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my customers, I have an appointment here, so I think we'll go ahead and part ways.
Okay. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, everybody.